What is going on today, YouTube? Hope you guys are doing fantastic. I know you haven't seen me in a while. I have not recorded in 3 weeks or something like that. Because usually when I was making YouTube videos, there was never a time where I didn't want to make YouTube videos. It was just I didn't have anything I wanted to make YouTube videos with, if that's what I was missing something, or I was gone. This time, though, I just didn't want to record. Every time I was trying to think of things to record, or Sunday would come and I had no videos, I just didn't have anything that I wanted to record, so I just didn't. And that went on for 3 weeks. But now, on Monday, I recorded something. Well, I had something that I really wanted to put into YouTube. It is something that I really want to talk about because, guys, there is just too much CC in the game. So I go through every single god. I put it in the Discord, actually. But I just talk about how there's just too much CC in the game. I go through every single god, talk about changes that I would do to it. That is what this video is. I do hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys do, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe. Too many abilities are too easy to hit for how rewarding they are. Alma alt stuns too long and is way too easy to hit. All right, Alma, good. On her, I think is fine. Anubis, I think is fine. I think, like, even though 1.25 is a lot, like that, this entire character's identity is just like wrapping someone. Anything, if they wanted to do something with this, the cooldown is too low. Actually, maybe it is just a cooldown thing. Like the base damage on hers too is finally in like a respectable spot. Alma ult stuns too long, is too easy to hit, and is too short of a CC. I would hit the CC duration and the ult cooldown 1 second flat, and maybe up to 1.25 if you get hit with the first two swings. So if you get hit, and then you get hit by the third one, I think that's fine if you get stunned for a little bit longer, because there's value to that. There's outplay. You can dash, you can beads, you can Aegis. There is outplay to that. To just missing the first one, missing the second one, hitting the third one, and getting stunned for 1.5 is ridiculous. Also should be 100 second cooldown. Anubis 2, too low of a cooldown at the level 5. Getting the 5th point into it is just too good. I think 16 is actually fine. 12 is definitely too low. Maybe like 16, 15.5, 15, 14.5, 14. Or maybe like 15 seconds flat at all ranks would be fine. I actually think Ares is fine. Is his ult worse than it was in Smite 1? Absolutely. But I think it's good for balance. I think Ares' ult was balanced around the fact that there's less CC immunity in Smite 2. Is it a little annoying? Yeah, but I think it's good. I think it's balanced. It's one of like the few balanced abilities in the game. Her entire thing is dash taunt. I actually think dash taunt is perfectly fine. She has to put herself out of position. It's not ranged. She can usually only hit a couple people. It's reactable. I think taunt is fine. Bacchus, I think the stun duration is too long. Like, it's also a 10-second cooldown. Why is this a 10-second cooldown? The stun duration should just be 1 second at all ranks. Baron, probably the biggest issue in terms of CC. Like, what is this? Slow into a root, and then you also have this on top of it, which pulls for like 3 seconds, and then it also can stun you. Like, honestly, this should be like 170 second cooldown. I'm genuinely not trolling. This should be like 170 second cooldown if nothing else changes with this god's kit. This ultimate is so broken. Like, maybe if you could kill him during it, but like he applies hysteria so fast that you can't kill him. Bellona's got literally no issues right now. She's ass. Like, even this, like, Bellona's like another one. They nerfed Bellona, and it's like, she's actually, like, this should be a good CC. This should be a good CC. 0.75 seconds, can hit multiple people. Massive buff. But instead, this is like a weak ultimate again. Polymorph, I think, is the one CC that I don't mind CERN's CC, but I do think it's a tiny bit long. His issue is, I think his base kit is just not valuable enough. Like, his 1 is fine, but it's just not great. His 2 doesn't do enough damage. His 3, no, like, there's no damage in it, but there doesn't need to be damage in it. I actually like he's fine. I don't know. Maybe it's just like a hunter item thing, because he's just a hunter that's reliant on ADC items, and unfortunately ADC items are just bad right now. Chalk, the knockup is really short. The silence is long, but it's a silence. It's not whatever. I'm not too worried about damage, because like damage, you just turn a lever. I'm not worried about like damage and stuff like that. I'm worried about like CC and stuff like that. Danzaburo. The rocket should be like 0.75. And if he jumps into it to take the 1v1, like if he's using it aggressively, I actually think I'm fine with them doubling it or something. So like 0.75 if you're just sending the rocket. If you're actually going in and getting involved in the fight and going to melee range, double it. Sure. If you're willing to jump into that rocket and make a play, I'm fine with that being 1.5 seconds. But the fact that it's 1.4 seconds for sending a rocket that you can't really avoid. Crazy. They also really do like upping the stun duration the more points into it, which doesn't change anything. Honestly, longer CC in the early game is less OP than longer CC in the late game. Because in the late game, there's so much damage. If you get hit by one thing, you're just dead. In the early game, if you get hit by a CC, you're pretty tanky. Like, you're not getting one shot. Fenrir, this is... Tied with Baron, Fenrir is the other massively just doesn't make sense character. This is so much CC. Like, this duration should not last this long. The reactable thing is something that is going to be changed, but that's something that's been complained about. My bigger issue is this. And I don't care about the blink really, but like I can just bring him like this, and it's about a 2-second CC. That if he doesn't have beads or a way to get away from me, he can't get away. Like, there's nothing he can do. Does it tell you how long? 1.75. It's too long. The Fenrir equivalent in League of Legends is Skarner. Skarner's ultimate is he picks you up and he drags you to his team. It's delayed. It's also, he doesn't have 2 jumps to close gap. It's also not a movement speed buff to help you get to him. And you also, I'm pretty sure you can CC Skarner out of his ultimate, right? Like, he can still pull you, but you can stun him, right? Yeah, okay. That could actually be cool. Maybe you're like slow immune, and then when you pick up an enemy, you can't bring him as far because you get slowed. But that would look bad having a CC immune character that is slowed. But I actually think that would be cool that like he could have like outplay with like movement speed, and then when he like picks up an enemy, he gets like slowed a little bit. Not like 80% slow, but 20% slow, so he can't go as far. Make there be a downside to like picking someone up. Hades. I don't know. Because Hades' ult is actually broken, but I don't know why it doesn't feel as OP as like other CCs. Hades isn't OP, but like this is too long. Just lasts too long. Kate's ultimate has gotten nerfed, but I still think it's just too valuable. Because it's a stun and a displacement, but I think the biggest issue with the Kate is the ultimate is just broken. Like, I think this is just like maybe 110, 107, 105. Yeah, the issue is going from 110 to 100 makes it feel weird because 107.5 second cooldown looks bad. But I think 120 seconds down to 100 seconds like could be something. There's 10 players who can hit this ult though. But it's just like the spam ability. You don't have to hit it every time. Just one ultimate in the late game is just OP. But I'm not too worried about Hecate. I don't think she's that OP. I don't think her CC is an issue. This character though, 12-second cooldown on the 1-2. On top of, at 4 stacks and 100 power state that immediately subtracts 2 seconds from your cooldown. Too valuable, too easy to hit, too low cooldown. Hercules 1-2, I think would make more sense if they weren't the same cooldown. Because yeah, it's like a combo, but his 2's entire thing is just damage and CC. The dash being a 12-second cooldown is f***ing obnoxious. But Herc isn't, I mean, Herc is just a cooldown issue. Herc done, Jingwei no CC, Cuckoo no CC, Loki ultimate CC, but I think Loki's is fine. Yeah, Loki's I'm not worried about. 90-second CC, that's not all the time being used as engaged. It's whatever. SMITE is meant to be more fast-paced, so making the cooldowns like 16, 18, 20 seconds is just not going to fly. I mean, why? Like, abilities like Herc's 3, this is OP. Attack speed, protections, and a heal. Heal should not be spammable in lane. Alma 1 should not be a 12-second cooldown. Heal should not be spammable, like Chalk 3. This one's a little bit different because it's a longer cooldown. Yeah, heals are just like, I don't know. But like, you also compare it to pots. Pots are broken. Even currently, pots are absolutely OP. And so like, if you combine like that Alma, the game from last game, the Alma went Sands of Time and then had 3 health pots and then a health chalice. So she has 6 different instances of healing from that. And then she has a 10.8 second cooldown on her 1 that's also healing her, and it's also giving her a shield. They really only care about balance. If an ability is broken, it needs to be balanced. It shouldn't matter how an arena player is going to react to it. And I don't think Hyers is going to care. They really just care about balance and how it's going to be perceived. So they start at 40 seconds, then they scale down. But I think that's good. Like, if you want to put points into it, then sure, you can have your heal cooldown be a lot lower. Neath, I even think Neath's root is too long of a duration. I think this stun, am I wrong to think that with how much damage Neath's ult does, it shouldn't even stun for like 1 second? It should be like a 0.1 second stun to like just interrupt you if you're backing or something. Or like to like something to throw you off your game. But the fact that it's hitting you for like 1,000, and then it's also stunning for a duration, and it's also global, and all you need is vision of something. It's cat ult on steroids. It's Ash ult on steroids. It's everything. But it is a root. I don't know. I think it's an issue because 1, it's easy to hit. 2, it's too long of or too short of a cooldown, and then 3, the CC is just too long. I think, right? Because I mean, if we're going down the 3 things that I've been talking about: ease of use, duration, and then cooldown. Those are the 3 things that are important, and it's too valuable, right? It's too valuable. Her ult is also really just OP against 1 relic gods. Either the damage needs to drop a lot, or the CC/CC length needs to change. All right, Nua. Too long. Too long. Just 1 second. Odin. Stun duration 1 second. It's very easy to hit. It's a slow into a stun, so I don't love this ability, like in terms of how OP it is. Maybe you lower it to 0.75 because it's a slow stun, right? Or is it just slow stun now? Yeah, so it's slow stun. I don't know. Do you guys think Odin's frustrating enough? I don't know if Odin is that big of an issue. I think a bigger issue is just his spear being reduced to cooldown. It allows him to just spam poke, but I really don't think he is. I think it's like a 12-second cooldown on shield. Jump is like, what are these cooldowns, man? Guys, not every ability has to be a 12-second cooldown. In a bubble, his worst ability is his 3. Movement is better. A shield is better. Why is the shield going down to 12 seconds? Why is the jump going down to 12 seconds? His dog's ultimate is even scaling down. Whatever. Odin, I'm not too worried about. His is a cooldown thing too. Bro, I thought it was cooldown items that were the issue. It might not even be the cooldown items. It might just be base cooldowns are too damn low. Soul, no CC. Susano. I actually think Susano's really good in terms of his CC currently. He kind of has like the same thing as like Bologna and Ares, where they have annoying CC, but it's not OP CC. So I actually think Susano's fine. Dana also fine. Morrigan I'm also fine with. Yes, I think it's a 0.75. Yep, 0.75. Yamoja, I can't even see what her stun is because of the it changes. I've not played against Yamoja to be like, is she an issue or not? Also, what are these 27.5, 45, 60? Wait, what? Why isn't it just like 25, 45, 65, 85, 105? Whatever. I think she's fine. And honestly, I think Ymir's balanced. I really do think Ymir's balanced. Yes, his duration is long, but guys, guess what? It's a 14-second cooldown. 1, 2. It is very, very small cone in front of him. He has to walk at you. He's a melee character. He has 1 leap forward. If they really wanted to, maybe you could do 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4. If you really think his stun duration is too long, because it is the longest stun in the game, I think it's probably... Oh, no, you can't. It has to stay 1.6 because you weren't able to... I think they moved it to 1.4 and you actually couldn't comp... Oh, no, it was just the early game. It was the 0.75 that allowed you to not auto or to not scale with it. And then Zeus 0.7 or 0.5 second stun. Like, Zeus's stun is so... Most squishy characters that have CC, this should be their CC. This is what their CC should be. Right here. Done. That's all it needs to be. Just an interrupt. Like when you're playing the game and you just get interrupted, that is so OP. It doesn't have to be a 1.5 second stun. Okay, now they can attack. Or it's like interrupt their dash or something. Like Zeus's CC is perfect. I think that's all I've got for CC, for my CC issue. I think most of the other things I'm pretty fine with. Again, I think Athena's is maybe a little strong, but that's like her only CC. I think Ymir's is maybe a little strong, but it's his only CC, so... All right, now type it in the Discord. All right. Yeah, I'm putting this in the Smite Discord. Wait, is there really not a single other character after Nua? I guess there's all. Holy cow, there's so many characters above N, and then there's very few characters below N. Yeah, LoL actually has merch treads, and then they also have things that you can buy. Like, they have like a beads that you can buy. They have like Aegis that you can buy, where if you're about to get hit by the CC, you can Aegis. And then on top of that, they also have Flash to get away. Yeah, okay, this is good. I think I'm happy with this. Alma ult 2 OP. Looks good to me.